Houston just hit the most homes on the market for sale since 2008. Not since last year, not since the pandemic, since 2008 when the financial crisis happened. And yet, homes priced correctly are still selling in under 30 days. So what's actually going on? We're gonna jump into it on this month's episode of our real estate market update. I'm Ryan Adams with the Adams Group at Real Broker. Every month, I pull the real data for the greater Houston market so you can see exactly where things stand. No spin, just the numbers and what they mean for you. This is your Houston real estate market update for March 2026. For the local numbers, here's the context that explains everything you're about to see. Mortgage rates had dropped to 5.99% earlier this year, the most affordable financing buyers had seen in a long while. Then the conflict with Iran escalated, oil prices surged, inflation fears came roaring back, and rates jumped almost to 7% overnight. That means on a $350,000 home, that swing added roughly $175 to $200 a month for a buyer's payment. Overnight, people paused, they stepped back, they waited, and buyers pause, inventory build. Rates since have pulled back to maybe about 6.3%, but that hesitation already happened and you're seeing it in the result of these numbers. Let's start with the number that defines the market right now. 19,430 active listings in Houston in March of 2026. To put that in perspective, there were 10,935 homes for sale in 2024. March 2025, 14,000. March 2026, 19,000. We have nearly doubled available inventory in 2 years. That's not a blip. That's a structural shift, and we haven't seen numbers like this, as I mentioned, since 2008. So at the current pace of sales, Houston is sitting at a 5.6 months of inventory. What that really means is we're in a buyer's market. It may feel some places like a seller's market, but in general, we're sitting at almost where exactly a buyer's market would be. We're up from 4.2 months of inventory just a year ago. 6 months is the line between the balanced market and the buyer's market, and we are on that doorstep and the direction is clear. I think that's where we're gonna be headed for a little bit here. Now, let's talk price because this is where sellers really need to pay attention. The median sales price dropped from $334,000 last March to $323,000 this March. That's a 3.3% decline. Price per square foot fell from $163 per square foot down to $157 a square foot. That's a drop of 4%. And if you looked at the full year average, Houston peaked at $446,000 in 2025 and now is running at $437,000 for that average sales price. That's the first meaningful pullback in average prices we've seen in many years. Since I've been doing these videos, I haven't even seen a price drop like this. So here's what's interesting though, and this is what it really matters for sellers. Median days on market barely moved. We went from 28 days last March to 29 days this March. 1 day. I mean, it's really not that much, but homes that are priced correctly are still moving fast. The Houston market hasn't really broken down. It's really just changing it up a little bit. Priced right homes sell in weeks. Overpriced homes sit, get reduced, and drag those averages up to months and months. The average days to sell according to HAR tells the longer story. In 2023, it was 62, 2024, 65, and now 84 days in 2026. 4 straight years of moving in one direction. So sellers who priced for 2022 are the ones that are sitting for 84 days side of the equation. Another important factor to look at is the original list to sales price ratio. What did someone originally try to list it for? Where did it actually land? In 2023, Houston was at 97.4%. That dropped to 97% in 2024. Then 96.1% last year. Now in Houston, we're at 95.7% for 2026. 4 straight years of buyers negotiating more off the original asking price. Slow and steady, but the direction is really showing us where we're at. Where will it land? I don't know, but that is where we're at. Here's the straight talk on what this means for you. So if you're a seller in Houston, 3,500 homes closed in March. So the market is absolutely still moving, but you are now competing against the most inventory the city has seen since the financial crisis. Buyers have had options they haven't had in years, and they know it, and they are negotiating it that way. The sellers winning right now are the ones who priced for the market they're actually in, not the one from 2 years ago. Every week you sit overpriced is leverage that you're handing to that buyer. So price it right from day one. Now, if you're a buyer and you're in Houston, this is genuinely one of the best opportunities that you've had since before the pandemic. And I know we as realtors always say it's the best time to buy a home, but literally nearly 20,000 homes you have to choose from. Sellers are now motivated. They're sitting on the market longer. You've got negotiating room that didn't exist in 2022 and 2023. And now rates pulled back. From last year, they're at 7%. We had a little spike in February. They're back in that 6.3%. Your monthly payments look a lot better today than it was even just 2 months ago. So if you're waiting on the sideline for these rates to fall further before you act, here's the honest reality. The moment that there's a clear signal that rates are dropping, buyers are going to flood back into this market, and then the inventory is going to get absorbed fast, and you now have competition. Buyers moving now are negotiating the deals. They're the ones that are waiting are going to be the ones who end up in competition wondering what happened, and you're going to end up paying way more for your home rather than taking this unique opportunity that we have here. And again, that's not just me telling you that it's always the best time to buy. I'm telling you based on the market conditions and the data that we've given you. There you go. There's your Houston market update for 2026. Whether you're in Sugar Land, Katy, Pearland, the Heights, Missouri City, wherever you're at, Greater Houston, if you want to know those numbers mean for you and for your specific situation, reach out to us on the AdamsGroupTX.com. I'm Ryan Adams with the Adams Group at Real Broker. I'll see you next month.